Hi guys, and welcome to another simple CSS video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. In our last video we did simple linear gradients, and we did them from top to bottom, left to right, and from corner to corner. In this video we can do one, we're going to cover radial gradients. Radial, as the word sounds, is a round gradient. So let's open up our CSS. For those of you that have not been following along, you can download a test site that we're using here from below this video. If you do, this is what you're going to get. And we're going to be working on the index.html file and also our simple CSS style sheet right here. So let's open up these with our brackets software. Right click and open. If you're using a different text editor, that's fine. That's the file you need to open. If you don't have a text editor, brackets is free and it's awesome, and you can download it from a link just below this video here. So there's the gradient we set last time in our CSS file here. Let's just comment that out. / star, and at the end * /. That way the browser will not read it. And this time let's use a linear gradient. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Photoshop and just grab a couple of colors. Start with a dark blue. I'm just copying these into a notepad, and let's get a lighter blue. There we go, that'll do. Okay. Now if we look at our index.html file, we're going to be targeting our second section here. Let's move that one out of the way. It's our first section. Here's our second section. This is what we want to target. So we're going to go into our CSS style sheet. We're going to write .second or .second, however you like to say it. So it's targeting that element. Then we're going to open and close some curly brackets. And we're going to put background, because that's what we want it to change. Colon. This time we want to write radial, R-A-D-I-A-L, dash gradient. I want to open some regular, just round brackets like that. And inside we want to place our colors, just like we did for the linear gradient here. So I'm going to copy my colors from my notepad. There's one. Let's put a comma. And there's two. And put a little semicolon after our bracket there. Okay, let's save this, Control S, and go back to our site. Now when I refresh, this should change from a linear gradient in the background to a radial one. There we go. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's get a lighter blue so you can tell a bit easier. Let's just go to my Photoshop a minute. And let's get a nice real light blue so you can tell the difference. You may be able to see that, but I know sometimes in these videos you can't see it quite as well. Let's change that. I'll refresh. There you go. You see the darker colors in the middle and the lighter colors on the outside there. And as with our linear gradient, you can do more than one color at a time. And I think what I'll do is I'll add a black to it this time so you can see it easier. But as you can see, so it's a lot darker in the middle and lighter on the outside there. And our little circles still stand out. So let's go back to our brackets and let's just add a third color. And like I say, I'm going to add black. I think I'll put it at the beginning. Let's put it at the end. So we've got the dark blue, then we've got the light blue, then we've got the black. And as you see, when you hover over it, it actually shows you with brackets the gradient. So we're going to put a comma. I'm going to put black in, which is 0, 0, 0. And save that. Back to our site. And refresh. Now we should have black, light blue, dark blue. There we go. That's a little easier to see there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer it to our third section here because these boxes really are getting in the way. So let's just do that. And what we'll do next is you can actually tell it the percentages of the colors that you want. So let's just do that quickly. Now you'll see that was our second section. If I scroll down, here's our third section. So all I'm going to do, instead of rewriting it, change that second to third. It should disappear from the back of the second. And I need to scroll down and just take away the background color that we've got here because it'll read this way, and so this one will overtake it. So let's just take that comment, cut it, and paste it onto the end there. Knock that one out. Control S to save. Back to our site. Now this should be down here. There we go. That's a little easier to see, isn't it? Now, like I say, we can put percentages in there to tell it how much of each we want. So let's go back to our CSS. And let's just scroll this up a little bit. Here's our first color. Let's say something big with one of those. Let's say the black. Let's say 60%. And the light blue, which is that one, let's give that, I don't know, 20%. Well, actually, let's make it 10%. Try and make this stand out so you can actually see it. And we'll make the first one, say, 2%, so it'll barely be there. Let's save that. Back to our site. Now there should be a lot more black, a lot less dark blue. And let's refresh. There we go. So you've got 60% black. I think it was 20% light blue and just 2% dark blue. So you can make all kind of different effects with that color too. And we can make that into a perfect circle if we want to by just defining, giving it an attribute of circle. Let's do that quickly. All we need to do is write circle, C-R-C-L-E. Put a little comma after it. Now all our colors should be rounded. Let's just change these up. Right, don't want 150%, that's not going to work. Okay, save that. Let's go back to our site and refresh. Now, as you see, we've got an actual circle. Now, if I make that blue smaller, it'll be a circle right in the middle there. So here's our blue. Let's make that, change that back to 10%. Got 10, 20, 30. Save that. Back to the site. There we go. You've got your little blue circle there. Then you've got your light blue. And finally you've got your black. So there you have it. That's working with radial gradients. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, please take one of our courses below. We've got some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. There's also some great free courses down there. So once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.